Protests erupt across the United States for the second night in a row. Thousands of people pouring into the streets.
Not my president! Not my president! Not my president! Not my president!
Protesters citing a bitter presidential election often tainted with racial overtones and outrage, voicing concerns about the future of civil rights in Trump's America. And our president-elect tweeting this, quote, "Just had a very open and successful presidential election. Now professional protesters incited by the media are protesting. Very unfair." And then just a couple of hours ago this morning, Mr. Trump tweeting this, quote, "Love the fact that the small groups of protesters last night have passion for our great country. We will all come together and be proud." Now, most of last night's rallies were angry but peaceful, but in Portland, Oregon, tensions exploded. Police saying the protest had escalated into a riot. They deployed flashbang grenades to break up the crowds. Across the country, more than 200 people were placed under arrest, and more anti-Trump demonstrations are planned for tonight. Stephanie Elam is following the protest for us this morning. Jason Carroll is covering the transition to the Trump White House. But let's begin with you, Stephanie, in Los Angeles. Good morning.
Good morning, Carol. In Portland, it started off peacefully, but then it escalated throughout the night. They're saying there were some 4,000 protesters that were there in Portland, and eventually police saying it went from being peaceful to what they called, quote, a riot. They said 26 people were arrested in Portland. They said to disperse the crowds, they went to less lethal ways of breaking up the crowd, like the flashbang grenades and also tear gas and what they called rubber baton rounds. They're saying that they started calling them anarchists. One police member referring to the people who were out there among the crowd who were vandalizing property. They were breaking windows. They were throwing objects as well. All of that just playing out on the streets, as you can see here in this video. So once it became a riot, they called it extensive criminal and dangerous behavior and an unlawful protest. That was the worst of it. But Portland was not alone in the protest. There were also protests in Denver, in Philadelphia, also in Baltimore, Dallas, and here in Los Angeles. We know about some 128 people were arrested. There were people who were gathering in front of Los Angeles City Hall chanting, "Not my president." They were also arrested for blocking roads, and some minors were arrested for breaking the curfew. In Oakland, we know that there were 11 people arrested there. They say there were about some 1,000 protesters that turned out on the streets last night in this third night of protesting after the presidential election. They said they were arrested for graffiti, for also having Molotov cocktails, and also M80 firecrackers that they were being thrown, and also threatening police officers. So across the country for a night, we have seen this disruption, but really turning way more aggressive and violent in Portland of all the cities that we've seen. Oakland also seeing some violence there as well, Carol.
All right, Stephanie Elam reporting live for us from Los Angeles.